Tsunamis, most feared natural catastrophes. The monstrous waves can eat up entire coastal cities in just one devastating sweep. Here are some of the biggest tsunami waves in history. There have been very few geological events in the annals of recorded history that have exhibited such a destructive force as the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980. It stands out as the largest terrestrial landslide in historical times, a consequence of the volcano's relentless nature and its uniquely violent eruption. The most remarkable aspect of this eruption was the complete collapse of the northern slope, resulting in a massive pyroclastic flow. However, the aftermath of this collapse brought about another disastrous event in its own right. When the side of the mountain crumbled, it plunged directly into Spirit Lake, which was situated a short distance from the base of the volcano. As the colossal column of rock and dirt crashed into the lake, it generated a tsunami that reached a staggering height of 860 feet or 260 meters above the lake level. Additionally, the lake expanded significantly, nearly doubling in size from 1,300 acres to approximately 2,200 acres. Inland tsunamis like this are exceedingly rare natural disasters on our planet. This immense wall of water traveled a considerable distance, toppling trees and any structures in its path. Despite the formidable force of the 860-foot water surge, it was eventually overtaken by the fiery cloud of ash that spewed from the volcano. The combination of water and ash led to the formation of devastating mudflows, obstructing rivers and leaving behind a sludge that would take months to solidify. Over time, Spirit Lake managed to refill, and it is now maintained at a level of around 3,406 feet, constantly monitored to prevent any future disasters. However, it took over 2 decades for the lake to reach its current condition, slowly recovering from the catastrophic events of the Mount St. Helens eruption. Throughout recorded history, few forces have been as devastating as this one. However, lurking in the shadows, there exists an even more lethal wave waiting to strike. Japan, situated on the border of 3 tectonic plates and within the infamous Ring of Fire, is known for being one of the most geologically active spots on Earth. The country is home to numerous active volcanoes, with Mount Unzen being one of the most prominent among them. Mount Unzen, located near the city of Shimabara in Nagasaki, which is Japan's southernmost main island, is an active volcanic group consisting of several overlapping volcanoes. The volcano has a history of eruptions, with one notable event occurring in 1991, when a pyroclastic flow resulted in the tragic loss of 43 lives. However, the most devastating eruption associated with Mount Unzen took place in 1792. The area had been experiencing a series of earthquakes when one of the lava domes collapsed into the ocean, triggering a mega tsunami. This catastrophic event claimed the lives of over 14,000 people, making it Japan's worst volcano-related disaster. The tsunami, which reached a height of 330 feet, struck the Higo province on one side of the Erika Bay before bouncing back and hitting Shimabara again. The sheer force of the wave was capable of reaching miles inland, wiping out everything in its path. The fatalities from the disaster were staggering, with around 5,000 attributed to the landslide, another 5,000 from the initial tsunami, and a remainder from the secondary impact when the tsunami returned. This force has proven to be one of the most destructive waves throughout history, yet there is another even deadlier tsunami wave we can't forget on this list. 17 years prior, Italy experienced a disaster near a reservoir located approximately 100 kilometers north of Venice. This devastating event occurred shortly after World War II, when Italy embarked on various construction projects, including the ill-fated Morandi Bridge in Genoa, which served as a hydroelectric dam. Prior to the construction of the dam, numerous warnings were issued regarding the instability of the mountain, Monte Toc, above it. Locals reported continuous tremors and landslides indicating the potential danger. Unfortunately, these warning signs were ignored by the operators. As a precautionary measure, the water level in the reservoir was lowered, a decision that would prove to be a costly mistake. On October 9, 1963, a massive landslide occurred, causing rocks, trees, and earth to plummet into the reservoir below. The impact generated an enormous wave of water that soared 250 meters above the dam before cascading down the valley, obliterating every village in its path. The force with which the tsunami displaced the air was said to be more powerful than an atomic bomb. Unfortunately, obtaining witness accounts of the event was challenging, as the majority of the people in the line of impact perished. Approximately 80% of the affected population, primarily residing in a few villages along the valley floor, lost their lives. Tragically, around 350 families were completely wiped out. Subsequent investigations revealed that the lowering of the water level, combined with heavy rainfall, had triggered the landslide. The immense weight of the water and earth became too much for the mountain to bear, leading to this devastating inland tsunami. This powerful force has caused immense destruction. However, there is another tsunami wave that stands out even deadlier. It's truly difficult to fathom the sheer magnitude of tsunamis, especially when considering their immense height. These towering waves can reach heights comparable to football fields, if not even larger. This raises the question of whether it's possible for a tsunami to reach thousands of feet in height. Many people find it hard to believe, but the largest recorded tsunami in history puts any doubt to rest. This monumental event occurred in 1958 at Lataya Bay in Alaska. On a calm, cool July night, a massive tremor shook the area, causing around 30.6 million cubic meters of rock to plummet 3,000 feet into the Giblet Inlet. The displaced water surged upward, forming an awe-inspiring wave that measured a staggering 1,720 feet or roughly 520 meters in height. As this colossal wave made its way, it left a path of destruction in its wake. The force of the tsunami uprooted and swept away millions of trees and vegetation along the slopes. Despite the immense power of the wave, it miraculously claimed only 5 lives. This can be attributed to the fact that Lataya Bay is an extremely sparsely populated area. Nevertheless, this event serves as a chilling reminder of the deadly potential of tsunamis triggered by landslides. The particular landslide that caused this tsunami was exceptionally dangerous due to the vast amount of land that broke free and the tremendous height from which it originated. Few powers in history have wreaked havoc as destructively as this one. But wait, there's an even deadlier wave that rivals the sheer magnitude of this one. We saved that for last. But before going to our last clip, be sure to subscribe if you are enjoying the video and want to see more like this one. Tsunamis are commonly triggered by powerful underwater earthquakes that result in the displacement of large volumes of water. However, there is another type of tsunami known as a mega tsunami that is not caused by seismic activity or any geological event. Mega tsunamis occur when a significant amount of water is displaced due to the sudden addition of material into a body of water. These extraordinary tsunamis are often the result of a sudden landslide or the collapse of an iceberg. One remarkable event in world history, which had a profound impact on the entire planet, occurred 66 million years ago. An asteroid, estimated to be between 6.8 to 50.3 miles in diameter, struck the Yucatan Peninsula. This colossal asteroid impact generated a mega tsunami that reached staggering heights of over 100 meters, unlike anything witnessed before. The sheer magnitude and velocity of this tsunami was so immense that some scientists speculate that it may have reached as far inland as Chicago, Montana, or even Canada. However, the devastation caused by this mega tsunami was not the most significant consequence of the event. The asteroid strike on such a colossal scale was catastrophic enough to wipe out entire species of animals from the planet. The impact of the asteroid hitting the water was equivalent to striking land, causing widespread destruction. This cataclysmic event resulted in a massive environmental change across the globe, ultimately leading to the onset of an ice age and likely contributed to the extinction of the dinosaurs. The power and magnitude of this tsunami triggered by an asteroid impact serves as a reminder of the immense forces that shape our planet and the profound impact they can have on life as we know it. These were the deadliest tsunami waves ever recorded, but there is something even more destructive in the annals of the past. Go watch our other chilling video on our channel, and you can forget about sleeping at night.